Welcome into White Wolf's Thoughts. Thought I'd come on here today and give my thoughts and views about what's going on with our country right now, especially with what's going on with Venezuela. We have a rogue president and a rogue regime. We have people in this country who want to take us back to where might meets right, and we, the people, have to worry about getting bombed by our adversaries. I get that there are good things that can come from being douchebags. But remember, this is someone else's home that you went into and took them out of their home. That's their country. It's up to them to handle their own shit. I believe in America first. That means we put America first. That means we do not deal with foreign adversaries in this way because we do not want to spend our money propping up random people in another country. Now, right now, our country is being ran for the corporations. Period in the story. It's being ran for the rich and corporations. And it has been for a generation or two. I don't understand why everyone has an issue looking at the other side. I have a lot of MAGA family and friends that want to go around speaking about things they have no clue about. First off, first and foremost, they haven't even done the amount of research I have, which is to go in here and read articles and, scientific journals and things like that as well. But see, we have a big issue with this because geopolitics is a thing. And now we just open the door for countries to take other countries all over again like it used to be. Now, if you can't sustain it forever because eventually your power is going to wane. And you should be worried about what retribution will come back from said people. Um, if you want to live in a warrior society, I can live with that. But in that case, can we actually take care of the warriors and fight for real shit? Like, we should ask our military members what they want to do. And I don't mean, what I mean is that we need to listen from the bottom ranks as well as the top. Expert opinions should always be held to a high standard. Always. Way higher than any politicians. Because an expert is someone that has one, been in the field for a very long time, and two, has spent their time, which is the most important thing we have, researching this subject. Therefore, that's why you defer to them when it comes to making decisions about things. Now, there are differing views, and you need to find the motive behind the view. Free market capitalism only helps those on top. The working class always has a shit life when that's the case. Before we regulated businesses, we had children losing their hands and arms working in shops. We had no safety regulations for the workers, people dying of heat stroke while on the job. Very prevalent back in them times. Then we realized that, hey, we should help our people and keep them safe. So we put in place regulations like OSHA. I don't understand why people want to do away with these things when they're the ones that are going to be hurt the most. It's kind of sad to me. But back to Trump and Venezuela. I'm going to pull up articles for us to read. And you tell me if this is America first. Now, we want Venezuela's oil because we have the refineries for it, and so it'll boost our economy to get that oil moving through our refineries. And since Venezuela sits on 17% of the world's global reserves, oil reserves, and they don't pump out very much. They only pump out about 1 million barrels a day right now. But apparently, analysts warn that reviving output will take years and tens of billions of dollars. Now, who's going to spend that money? Trump says it'll be the businesses, but he also says that we will take care of the businesses. So it sounds to me like we're going to subsidize companies to go drill in Venezuela. Why do we keep subsidizing oil companies? Why? We need the oil for energy. Okay. Well, let's create energy in other ways so we can reduce our reliance on that one thing. That will, one, drive down cost of said energy production. I mean, it'll it'll push down the cost of oil, which is good for you at the gas prices, at the gas pumps, heating your house and home. It also diversifies our electrical grid so that we don't have grid failures as we are gaining more and more electronics to run in our homes. Not to mention, businesses are using more and more technology to run them, especially with AI and everything. We need a more solid and stable grid. When I was a kid, you didn't have to worry about it. Flick the lights on, flick the lights off. But now we have a couple months out of the year, you got to worry about rolling blackouts. And instead of our country getting better, it has gotten worse because we have not put infrastructure money into our country. We had an infrastructure deal that was done by Biden, but everything Biden's done, Trump's tried to undo, canceled all of everything. We had companies coming here to manufacture uh, computer chips, bring that manufacturing back to America in the Chips and Science Act. But because it wasn't his friends in oil, he killed that. So instead of having $8 billion come in from one company to a town in Arizona, creating jobs and boosting our economy while removing our reliance on China and their chip manufacturing. See, right now we get all of our chips from Asia, bunch of different places in Asia. What happens if we're in a war with China? China's bigger than all them motherfuckers. You think that they don't just make a phone call and be like, "Hey, we'll destroy you if you sell shit to the U.S." I mean, we're talking about a global superpower, or at least is on the verge of being one. This ain't like it was 30 years ago. You can't push China around anymore. They are a behemoth. They have everything we got. Not to mention they have better roads. Not to mention they have a happier lifestyle for their people. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not into the authoritarian aspect of how he runs his country. But I mean, it is the fastest growing economy in the world. And there's something to say for that. The Trump administration has gone into Venezuela to steal the oil, lie to us, and say that it's about drugs. But yet he pardons one of the biggest drug dealers in the world. It's not about drugs. That's just a pretense for law so that it can be judicious, like he said. Trump claims that it won't cost us anything, but you can't ever believe what he says. He talks out of his ass a lot, and a lot of time it does cost us. Just like he said it wasn't going to cost us for the border wall, it did. We didn't even get that much of the border wall put up in his first term, and it cost us billions of dollars. Um, let's look at another thing. U.S. to work with current Venezuela leaders if they make it right decision. Marco Rubio. Why is it up to you what's right and wrong? Why is it up to the U.S.? That's ridiculous. It's not up to us. Why aren't they over their own lives? Why? Why can they not control their own country? That's what makes this so wrong. It has nothing to do with anything else other than the fact that we uphold international law as the US, and now we are the ones doing the injustice to another country. The topple of Maduro is one thing that it could have good outcomes for the people there, but putting this kind of, we'll just have to see how it lays out. Um, China and Russia have condemned us, of course, because this was one of their allies. And they're calling on the UN to do something. Now, understand we do have the largest military in the world, and it's not even close. So it's very unlikely that this one toppling will get us invaded by a bunch of other countries that are just saying no. But if we continue this path where we're taking other people's land for something we want, now I understand we want that oil. It will help our economy. It will boost the economy in a very poor area, create thousands of jobs running refineries, good paying jobs, um, very dangerous jobs, but good paying jobs. So that part's good, but we're also losing our standing in the world. and we owe $37 trillion and counting. A bunch of it is held by China, much of the debt, and they can recall it at any time. Now, if they recall it, what do we do? Are we going to fight over it, or are we just going to say "fuck you"? We're not paying you because I mean that's what this all comes down to. Either we can work together as business partners, and they hold our debt, and they do it because well, the U.S. dollar is very stable. Right now, it is not. By the way, everything Trump has done is weaken the dollar and made it more and more unstable, tariffing our allies. That didn't help whatsoever because now our allies want to move away from the dollar so that we don't have control over them like we once did. Uh, we're losing our standing in the world. Right now, we're going after Greenland. Let's look up some things about Greenland. Trump's newly appointed envoy to Greenland says U.S. not looking to conquer the Danish territory. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry, U.S. envoy to Greenland, said the administration will begin talks with residents and will not go into there trying to conquer anybody. Okay. President Trump repeatedly urged U.S. jurisdiction over Greenland and did not rule out military force, while Vice President J.D. Vance accused Denmark of underinvesting in a Greenland military base. The administration announced Landry's appointment without warning to Danish officials, and the Trump administration has not briefed Congress, following a report of at least three alleged influence operators linked to Trump. Denmark's foreign minister summoned the U.S. ambassador after Trump's announcement stirred anxiety, with Janine Sheehan affirming that Greenland's sovereignty is not up for debate. Amid other foreign crises, the renewed Greenland debate arrives at maintaining a fragile truce in Gaza and ending Russia's war in Ukraine, challenge relations with Denmark, a critical NATO ally. So understand, Denmark is a territory, I'm sorry, Greenland is a territory of Denmark. Again, why are we trying to tell someone else what to do with their land? It's almost as if it doesn't matter what the people there want. People have already come out and said they do not want the U.S. Nobody wants to be a part of the U.S. right now. Don't get me wrong. You'll find people trying to cross the border from war torn areas. But let me make sure this pauses. Okay. Um, this is just very disrespectful to do to your ally. And when you're disrespectful to your friends, they start talking behind your back. They start making plans for a future without us at the helm. Now, okay, we could redo our economy to fit that, but that would send us into a Great Depression as we figure that out. Now, we could have a war economy like Russia, but that means that we're going to have our young men and women being pulled into the military ranks very aggressively to be used as fodder in war. And this is instead of just making money. Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't have a strong military or a large military force. In fact, I think we should have as many military members as will join. And I believe in making life for them pretty damn comfortable. They should be paid more than what they're getting paid now. Their housing should be up to a certain standard at all times. We should be helping them acquire housing in the cities that we send them to. And we should train our military to be the most insane fighting force on the face of the earth. Because peace through strength is a thing I do believe in. But this is not peace through strength. This is bullying other places in order to get what you want. Eventually, someone's going to step in and punch the bully in the mouth. And I don't want Americans to die. So I'm not for continuing this trajectory. I get that not a lot of people care what I have to say, but at the same time, I'm an American and I have a voice, so I'm going to use it. Please join me on my journey as I continue to make these videos. I will continue trying to make them better. And I will continue striving to be independent. So I guess come watch me again. This has been White Wolf's Thoughts.